So hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do the challenge lab of inspect rich documents with Gemini multimodality and multimodal rack challenge lab. So let's just start with the lab. Click on start lab. We have to use our 5 credits. I don't know, there was some error, but no worries, our 5 credits are not lost. Alright, the lab has been started. Just scroll down a bit. You'll see in the setup and requirements itself. Just stay over here. Right click on Google Cloud Console and open link in incognito window. You might be used to these steps. Just click on I understand. This must be your routine right now. You must know now there will be an interface which will look something like this. Just click on I agree and continue. Now back to the manual. Go to Vertex AI workbench. So we are back to the workbench over here. This lab is I guess this is one of those lab. I don't think we have ever performed in lab in the notebook in Jupyter lab itself. We have always performed it within you can say within the cloud itself, within Vertex AI, or within we have created some buckets and all, but we haven't performed a lab inside Jupyter lab, like running notebook cells for the challenge lab. I mean, in labs we have done this, but in challenge lab we have to do similar things. So we have to just open this lab. We just opened it. Now we have to open inspect rich documents. So it's over here. Just double click on it and it will open. Just select the kernel, which we usually select. Now over here the thing is that they have mentioned which cells you have to run as it is, like they have given comment, so run the cell as is. This means that you don't have to worry or do any changes. You don't need to do any changes. But your kernel is ideal, so it is ready. Just click shift and enter and run this cell. No need to worry, no need to do any changes in this. Alright. Over here, there is a note given. If you encounter an authentication error when running these cells in the notebook, go to here, go over here and enable all recommended APIs. Then rerun the failed cell and continue the lab. So let's see if we occur any authentication error, then we have to do this step. Otherwise, we are good to go. Now we'll have to restart the kernel. Alright, now we'll have to just click on OK. The kernel is restarting. And yes, it's ideal. Over here now, project ID and region. So over here also they have given you project ID and region. And over here in the setup and requirements, also they have given you project ID and region. So just copy, paste your project ID and copy and paste your region as well. Now run this cell. See, over here they have mentioned the complete the missing part and run the cell. So the missing part was basically you had to edit and enter your details. So we did it. Now this cell is run this cell as is. So it means you don't have to worry about this cell. Now we are on the task 1. So task 1 is Gemini is multimodal model that supports multimodal prompts. We know that. So they have mentioned that run the cells in the comment with the comment analysis. Okay, they have just told us what we have to do. So we are just importing the libraries. Now selecting the model, generative model. Right, the libraries aren't imported yet, and Alright, now library is an imported model is also stored in the variable called multimodal model. Now they have mentioned that defining helper functions run the cell as is. So we don't have to do any change in this cell. It is the code we have to just, no need to do anything. You can just run it as it is and it will be done. Here we are trying to display some images with the function called display images. We are giving max width and height as some default values we have passed. Then also we have used some pill images. Actually, I'm not familiar with these things, so that might be an issue. RGB is supported by all Jupyter environments. RGB is not yet. So we are using RGB mode so that images are converted into RGB, like red, green, blue, proper images. We have to just display. This function is used to display images. We have created another function which is get image bytes from URL. So over here we will be passing image URL and try to get the image bytes. So that is one function. Over here we are loading image from URL. Here we are displaying content as image. So whatever content we have, we are displaying it as image. Then display content as video. So over here we will be displaying the content as video. Here's the file path and URL of the video. Then print multimodal prompt. Here we have given the prompt and we are going to print both the image and video as contents. Now image understanding across multiple images. Over here also they have mentioned that run the cell as it is. So over here we have passed image for image ask first URL, first one URL. Image don't do this first URL. Image ask first. We have loaded the image from URL. Both the images we have loaded over here, and then we have given some instructions, prompts. Like first instruction is consider following image that contains text. What is the title of this image is one prompt, and then second prompt is answer the following questions. So we have just stored over here. We haven't asked it to do anything yet. And now we have to create an input for multimodal model. So how are we going to do that? Over here they have told us to complete the missing part. So I have found one repository over here which is of Bhumika Joshi. So I'll be using that repository as a reference, and obviously I'll provide you the link as well. No need to worry about it. So we have done this, like define helper function part is done. Alright, we can't, I'll have to download this PDF because I can't select the okay, now I can select. Okay, so you'll have to download this PDF from this GitHub repo. I'll share you the link of the GitHub repo. Alright, we have done the define helper part. Now we have also done this understanding multiple images, and now we are at creating an input for multimodal model. So we just have to copy this part in contents and enter, instead of replace the entire code with this, and you will be done. Okay, over here there's no indentation issue because it's an list, but if you want you can just go backspace and do it properly if you just need. It's not a big issue, but this looks better than that is why. there's no indentation issue over here, but you might come across indentation issues in further codes. So after that, there is one more code. First over here, I'll explain to you what we have done is uh, in content section, we have just passed through instructions which we just gave. Prompt 2 is been passed that answer the questions, and we have asked we have sent both the images, like image 1 and don't ask image. I think we should also give the prompt 1 also. Perform create content list using variables above. So let's just see. Uh, we can do this also, like give the prompt 1 as well, pass this as well, because we need the title of this image as well, so why not? Let's see if any other occurs, we'll just cancel it out, but till then you can pass it. And replace this over here. What we are doing is using generate code functions and passing the contents over here. Now, all right. Uh, Now we have to just display the prompt and response. So we'll pass this print functions over here. All right. Just press shift and enter, and we have got our prompts. This is the prompts which we have passed, and this is the model response. Now we have to run this cell as it is again. Here we have changed some things, like change the URL and prompts as well. So there are 3 prompts over here and 3 URLs over here as well. Sorry, there's only 2 URLs, and we are loading them in the image ask and don't ask. Now create an input. So let's just see. Okay. Over here also we are passing contents. So just copy and paste it over here. I'll just do this adjustment. So this is done. We have passed the content. Now we have to set the configuration parameters, which is giving the configurations which we used to do in previous labs as well, but over here we have to type it ourselves, but we are not doing that as well, so no worries. You can change these numbers as you want. These are mostly default values which are used, so we are passing that them only. And in response, use multimodal. Again, the same response as that as over here, because again the name is contents only, so we are going to pass the contents only. Alright, it's done. Now display the prompts and response. So again, similar thing, actually same thing. We can just paste the previous display prompt only. No need to worry. Just run this. Over here you will see there are 2 images. Don't first just do this. Second is don't do this. And here 3 prompts. If you are confused that the images are just changed, no, the prompts are also here, and the response for these 3 prompts are also here. Now we are generating something more to verify your work. For task 1.2, check my progress in lab manager. We'll do that afterwards, I guess, or we have to do it right now. Let's just check. Go to task 1, click over here, check my progress. Alright, it's done. We haven't done anything similarities and differences between images, so I don't think that is going to work. Let's just see. because we have used two images and just told don't do this, don't do that. But no, that is not the similarity part. So, alright, over here we are passing a video description. We have passed one prompt and the URI of the video and the type of the video. I'll just check the timer. Okay. Now, again, we have to create some input, which is similar to the previous one. Here we have to pass prompt and video only. So, see, prompt and video. So just, if you need copy pasted, otherwise if you know how what things are going to be, then just I'll suggest that try typing it and just verify using the PDF. Don't directly copy paste like me, because I have to shoot this video, so I don't have to mm, type it again and again. But if you want, you can type it, because you need to know what you're doing. Over here also, basically the same code is repeated. If you get to know that for contents, what we are passing is the previous contents, which is prompt and video. And then for responses, what we are doing is multimodal generate content function we are using and passing the contents through it. That is what response is. And then we are displaying prompts and responses. Okay. And this is the same print function which we have passed earlier as well. And they have given us a note: if you encounter any authentication error below, then go to Vertex dashboard and enable all recommended APIs. Okay, so we didn't receive any error, but just in case if you do, just go to come back over Vertex AI and go to dashboard, and there will be something. Just click on this button. If you receive any errors, then only you have to just click on this button, otherwise you are good to go. All right, so these are our prompts and this is the model's response. Then task 4 is extract tags of objects through the video. So over here they have given us they have told us to complete the missing part, but if you see that prompt is already given, what we have to do, URI is also given, but the MIME type is not. So insert the correct MIME type. So this is the MP4 video. So what just you have to type is video slash MP4. See, I'm also verifying it for our own good. You can see MP4. So it's a video and the extension is MP4. That's what MIME type is. Just pass it through. Again, in context, what you're passing, it will be prompt, comma, video. Just that. Because there are just two contents. And in response as well, it's just passing multimodal dot generate contents, and generate contents and passing contents as a function. So I am just showing that you can code this as well, because this is simple logic that what we are doing over here. There's no big rocket science or behind this. So I'm just showing you that it is easy with typing as well, and just printing the same thing, like printing the prompts and responses in textual format. Because we haven't imported, let's go back in the beginning. So we haven't imported the markdown. That might be an issue. Otherwise we could have just used markdown function over here, because when you see these asterisks over here as well, these are basically bullet points, and these asterisks are telling you that it is bold. So it will look a bit better. Now ask more questions about video. So complete the missing part. So over here, what missing part is there is this. So what are we missing over here? Because prompt is there. In video, what are we missing? If you just look closely in the previous section on 1.4, over here there was part dot from URI. So over here also we have to just use the correct class name, which is PART. Just P must be capital, and run it. It's done. No need to worry, no need to be scared about anything. And sorry, uh, also I have already copied this, so I'll just paste it over here, because these are the same things which we are storing in contents, and over here as well, over here as well. So just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. You got to know I've already explained these things to you, so I'm not going to explain, because again and again we are doing the same thing. So I don't think there's an explanation needed. These things are self-explanatory at one point. Now for this URI, uh, insert video URI from previous task. So you can just copy this URI and paste it over here, because they have mentioned from previous tasks. So at what point we are? 1.6. So see, we are on 1.6. We have done most of the part without even copying it from here, because this is the same thing. For now, I'm just uh, trying to refer if we might do it wrong. So that is why. It is Google Pixel 8 Pro dot. Okay. So it is the same thing. No need to worry. If you It's fine if you just copy it from here as well, but I would suggest that it has mentioned from previous cell, so just copy it from this instead of from the PDF, because you never know, they have changed the URI. Again, in contents we have prompt and video, and in response we have multimodal, generate content, and to display the prompts we have print function. But if you see, this hasn't been executed. Right now it got executed. Just print it. Now to verify 1.6, just go back to the manual and click on check my progress. It's done. Now we are coming to task 2. So before task 2, you can just paste check this also, and they have also given the location over here. So if you need to extract object, follow the instructions through the section. Further exploration section to get more information. Follow the information and retrieve extra information beyond the video. Okay. Now in task 2 also we are going to do the same. When the cells are mentioned, run the cell as it is, we are going to run it as it is. Here we are importing. Again, over here we are just selecting the model, which is Gemini 2.0/001. Over here we are downloading custom Python modules and utils. So these are all necessary things, like downloading helper functions. So we have already passed GitHub raw GitHub user content, and also we have passed a file over here, a Python file. We have stored it over here, and It is now in utils folder, which is just recently created because we give this path, like if it exists, not exist, then we have to make it. So the directory is created. Now again run this cell as it is. So it is running and we are downloading some documents and images used in this notebook. So see, if you see that Google Pixel Pro, one video is over here and one more directory has been created. So these were at this location which we used in a previous task, which was over here. You can see this was the location given and we just selected the specific video which we just now downloaded it. So we just went to that location and downloaded all the things whatever exist over there, we downloaded it. So there existed Google branding and Google Pixel Pro. Now we are going to import helper functions, which is in our case get documents metadata, which you might know because you have done the previous lab as well. So I have explained this in that lab. So what are we doing over here? We have just passed the PDF folder path. This is the folders path. Inside Google branding we have to give it. And image description prompt is also given. So just pass it because they have mentioned run the cell as it is. Extract and store metadata of text and image from our document. Now we have to complete the missing part. So we had 2.1 tasks. So I'll just go back to the PDF over here. We had 2.1. So sorry, I scrolled too much. So after this, we are over here. You just have to copy this part, entire part, I guess. Wait, not entire part, just till this bracket and paste it over here. What we are doing is using the get metadata function, and all you're passing is the basically similar to the contents section only. Whatever things we have stored, multimodal, we have passed the model, the folder path, image save directory as images. So it is going to be saved as images directory. The description prompt is also passed and embedding size is passed. So after completing the process, we will get to know. So this is what PDFs are. Okay, the processing. So we got this PDF and it was of 16 pages which was processed. Not exactly 16 because we just gave the embedding size, so that might be the thing. Now inspect the processed text. So to inspect, we are just using head function over here. Okay, we can see that the data is passed. Now over here, what is the missing data? As insert class name. Okay, I don't remember the class name, so it was utils. Okay, we just created it now. We just created utils. So from utils, and we are importing some function. This is a Python folder, sorry, Python file. So what we are doing over here is from utils dot the file name, we have imported all these functions which are already in that Python file. So these are again some helper functions for implementing RAG. Now we have to just run this cell as it is. There are some queries mentioned in that cell. And now get all the relevant text chunks. So we are using, I guess, similarity. Yes, similarity from, so get similar text from query. Over here there are few things I'll just copy it directly. Even after pasting, there might be something like this. 27 is not needed because it was the page number of the PDF, not any parameter. So remember to uh, uh, remove it if it is pasted. So to get similar text, we have passed query, text metadata, column name which we need to a chunk, top n means top uh, numbers which are similar, which is 10, and chunk text is true. Now we have to display the chunk text. So we are using this function. Actually, we have used all this in the previous lab as well, but it was again inside the notebook, so we couldn't copy it from there. Alright, these are the uh, citations, and first citation is 87% match, second is 83, and so on till the number 10. Now what we are going to do is pass contents. Ooh. Okay, create a list to store the combined chunks of text. So we're just creating a list. Okay. Mm, we could have also sent just a square bracket making this an empty list, but fine. Just copy this part and paste it over here. And remember, over here you might come across indentation error because it is a loop, and in for loop you need an indentation. So do backspace and remember there must be a space over here. That is what we call indentation in the Python. So we have passed a key and value pair, and we are trying to append it in chunk text, which is this. You can just create it like this also, or remove this and just pass square brackets and don't type anything. That is also same. And now what we have to do is join all this context. So this is the final, like we are passing /n, use /n part, insert a new line character between each chunk. So we are separating each chunk from one another. Now we are passing another prompt over here. They have mentioned that run the cell as it is, so no need to do anything. And lastly, they have asked us to generate Gemini response with streaming output. So we'll just use this. Have we passed markdown? I have doubt, but let's just see. In markdown, get Gemini response was one of the helper functions. In that we have passed the model name, the input is prompt. Because they have mentioned with stream and output, so we have to give stream true. And what is this sign? I don't know. Okay, so it's just like this. Sorry. Generate config, and we're just passing these two things as well. And these are parameters like temperature and maximum token. You just have to give this comma as an extra parameter needed. And now just run this, and because of the markdown function, okay, so I think over here when passing, okay, so you can see that while importing the libraries we imported this markdown over here. You can also copy this and pasted in the beginning where we imported all the libraries. Over here somewhere. You can pass it over here. The same thing. And while just printing the output, just write markdown, display markdown instead of print, and you will get the response in bold instead of this. So we got our final output as well, and because you can see this looks way better than the previous ones, right? Now we have completed lab. Let's just go and check my progress. All right, we have done it. It will take some time to reflect the score. No need to worry. Don't worry, it will reflect on the scoreboard as well. Oh yeah, see, you can see that it's 100 on 100. So congratulations guys. We have done another lab, which is inspect rich documents with Gemini Multimodality and Multimodal RAG. And this is done. You can close the incognito window, click leave and end the lab because you have completed the entire lab. Just click end, and that's it guys. Thank you guys for supporting me continuously and watching my videos. Hope you like this one as well. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one. Thank you.